Welcome to the Jill Sinclair Show, bringing you real conversations about life and business to help you to uncover your success blockers. Now, as always, I'm bringing it real, bringing it hot, bringing it in uncensored, because that's what life is. Life is all about being real, and remember, I don't own my own island yet. So the first question came in from Effie. Now, Effie, I love this. So Effie said, Jill, now with all the discrimination and biases that are happening in life, how do I, as a woman, stand up for myself? And how do I also stand out to get the promotions that I want? Okay, well, that's a two-prong answer for me, Effie. Now, for those listening and those watching, I'm going to explain a couple scenarios from my point of view, from the lens of a woman, from the lens of Jill Sinclair, who happens to be a woman. So people that know me know that I'm aggressive, I'm assertive, I'm out there doing all these things. I don't scare easily. However, listen to this scenario and tell me what you think about this. As soon as I get into my car, no matter where I'm at, in front of my house, in a parkade, at a park, I lock my doors. Am I a scaredy cat? No. I just simply lock my doors because things have happened in the past. I've also heard of other things happening that I don't want to happen to me. Do I go walking at night? You know, some areas I do, most areas I don't. Do I go running in the forest at dusk or first thing in the morning when it's dark out? No, I don't. Again, am I a scaredy cat? Am I this little fraidy? No, I just don't do it because something might happen. Why would I put myself at risk for that? Why would I put myself in a situation where I could be attacked? Now, there's going to be two sides that people are going to talk about this. Oh, Jill, you know what? You should just not live in fear. No. I'm not living in fear. The statistics of women being attacked are so high. Why would I risk that? Now, here's the thing. I have been attacked. I've been attacked twice on the street. I've been attacked twice. No one came to my rescue. So I'm speaking from a place of being there. I'm speaking from a place of that having been done to me. So no, I'm not a scaredy cat. I just understand that there's certain risks to do certain things. So why would I put myself in that position? Now, the other side of this, we should be teaching the people that are the perpetrators, and typically in this situation, I'm speaking about males, people who identify as males that have been attacking people and attacked people in the past and will in the future. Well, they're criminals. They should be put in jail. They should be the key should be thrown away. They will never change their behavior when they're predators like that. So do we need to be better with our sons? Yes, we do. When people start saying, oh, boys will be boys, fuck that. Boys will not be boys. We need to do better. We need to teach them. It doesn't matter what I wear when I'm on the street. It doesn't matter what I look like. It shouldn't matter. Oh, she was dressed that way, so someone attacked her because she looked too pretty or slutty. No. We need to do better. We should be able to be standing there with nothing on and people would want to protect us. That's the society that we should be wanting to emulate. Obviously, we're not going to be naked, so don't go. I'm not telling you to be naked, so please don't go do that. What I'm suggesting is we need to put the onus where the onus is needing to sit. It's not on the victim. It's on the people that are perpetrating this. Do I like it that I lock my doors and that I think that I have to think to lock my doors? No, I do it because this is the day and age that I live in. Okay? So again, the two sides to the story. I'm not living in fear. I'm not living in, I'm all scaredy cat. I'm living in 2020 right now. Kind of a weird year, right? I'm living in 2020 and I understand that there's some risks out there that I don't want to be a statistic of anymore. I will not put myself in harm's way. Now, yes, we need to start doing better with our young boys. We need to stop with the language that's happening. We need to stop with allowing, the old boys club, the old men's club, and the way allowing boys to be boys. Enough. That's bullshit. We need to do better as a society. So, Effie, on that subject, in regards to stepping up and standing up for yourself, sometimes as women, we need to try 10 times harder. And I'm not exaggerating. I'm not complaining. I'm just telling you how it is. We need to try 10 times harder, show up 10 times as much, make 10 times more phone calls to be heard. I will not be silenced. I've been silenced in the past. I will no longer be silenced. it doesn't serve me. It doesn't serve who I'm serving. I will stand for the underdog, whether you're male, female, whatever gender, whatever race you are. I will always stand beside you. I will always pull you up. I will always be your advocate. And you need to become your own advocate as well. So in regards to standing up as a woman, it's not taking the bullshit anymore. It's not taking the, oh, you shouldn't be like this because you're a female. You know, the whole thing about putting females down because of their gender, because I got a vagina. What, I can't be bold, I can't be aggressive, I can't be brazen. No, this is who I am. In fact, interesting story. There's a young man that I know quite well. I did some work with on a huge contest that I did, and lovely human being. And he says to me, Jill, can I be honest with you? I'm like, dude, you already know you can be honest with me. I said, you just want to know how blunt. I said, give it to me. What is it? He says, well, Jill, you know what? I think maybe that you should tone down your swearing a little bit. And I said, why the fuck would I do that? And he's like, well, you know, because you're kind of a woman and you might be perceived a certain way and sponsors might not want to bring you on board. And I said, but I thought you really liked Gary Vee, and Gary Vee, he swears like, you know, like a trucker. Excuse all truckers if that was offensive to you, but he swears a lot. He's, oh yeah, I love Gary Vee. I'm like, okay, so now that I've established that, so you say me as a female should not be swearing, yet Gary Vee, who you just said you love, he swears more than I swear, and yet it's okay. But Jill, he's Gary Vee. And your point? I'm Jill Sinclair. But no. You've just said it's okay to love Gary Vee and all his swearing, and you love what he stands for, you love his motivation, you love all the stuff that he's doing and his inspiration, and yet there's Jill Sinclair, who might drop an F-bomb here and there, or an S-bomb, whatever you call those, yet I should stop it because I'm a female? Fuck that. Seriously, look at who you are being or allowing people to try to make you. Does that make sense? So this guy was trying to tell me to tone myself down, but yet Gary Vee could still carry on because he's Gary Vee. And it's us to start, it takes us to start stepping into our own selves, our own identities, and stop apologizing for who we are. So Effie, I want to encourage you to, whatever your personality type is, maybe it's not as aggressive, as outgoing as whatever as I am, and that's awesome because you are you and I'm me. What I want you to look at is, are you showing up for yourself? Are you calling people out when they're trying to diminish who you are because of your sex, because of who you are, because of how you were born? You need to step up to that and start to take control of your life because it's our language. Also, we need to look at our language. So all of those out there right now that are identifying as female, she, her, I want you to look at the language that you're using. Are you saying things like, throws like a girl, oh, she throws like a girl, she cries like a baby, or whatever it is, or, you know, using the terminology that is gender specific to a weak trait? Stop it. I mean, if someone's crying, they're just quite simply crying, you know, and they need to own that. Throw like a girl, I actually throw quite well, and so thank you, that's a compliment. How about they just, I throw a ball well. I throw a pen well. I throw things well. I throw parties. I throw really good parties. I throw things well, right? So instead of putting it in a specific gender and saying, oh, it's the old boys club, is this, that, no. I will stop giving the power to those conversations because those don't serve me. Those don't serve humans. So the more we step up with our conversations, Effie, the more we're going to get into other people's heads of what is no longer acceptable. What we will no longer bring into our lives is stop being so gender specific when we start with descriptives. So, oh my gosh, this other subject matter. I had a client years ago. He was very brash, very aggressive, very abrasive sometimes. And you know, I'm known to be a little bit that way too sometimes. And so I knew I could handle him. I knew I could bring him to the next level. I knew I could call him out and hold him accountable. So knowing his personality type, and those of you who know me know that when I speak about coaching or working with people, you speak to their personality type. So I wouldn't be speaking to him all meek and mild and all gentle. I was meeting him where he's at. So we started off our business relationship very strong with the high accountabilities. And I remember one time we were going to an event, and I believe I was introducing him to someone or something like that. And he said, oh yeah, Jill, she's my business coach, and she's just like me, but without the penis. Really, son? You just said that. So basically, you're suggesting that you are a superior being because you have a penis, and I'm like you, but I don't own an appendager. I probably shouldn't do that. I don't own an appendager coming out of my body that way. I'm not okay with that. So flip the switch on him and said, no, you're like me without the vagina, because the vagina can take a pounding, okay? So let's look at this for what it is. Was that appropriate? Was that whatever? At that moment, that's what our conversation was, and put him in his place. Never said that again. He never brought that up again. We talked about it afterwards. But at the same time, you have to look at calling people out for what they're saying, and when they are being gender biased against you, and they're saying, oh, it's just a joke. Actually, no, it's not a joke. I don't think it's funny, and I don't want you to present it next time. I don't want you to ever introduce me like that ever again. In fact, not only do I not want it, I demand that you do not, right? So there was a whole conversation about respect behind that afterwards. So in regards to standing up for yourself, you just need to start doing it. What do you value yourself? What do you value in your life that you haven't been standing up for? Is it that you've been overlooked for a promotion? Women in the audience, women that are watching or listening to this, people that identify as she, her, or they, them. Have you been overlooked because you haven't stood up for yourself? Have you been overlooked because you haven't voiced your opinion? That's often the case, is there is an insecurity that is rooted, that you don't think that you are worthy of stepping up and into a new position. You're not taking your ownership of that. So I would suggest becoming the leader that you say you want to be. So what does a leader do? A leader comes up with solutions. So right now, look at your business, Effie, and look at what you're doing with that, and how can you make it better? Does anyone report to you right now? How can you streamline a system? How can you help to make your business better? Show that to the people that you report to. Show how you can be a leader of change. Show how you can be, you know, the term agent of change. Well, become agent 99, whatever, with your shoe, I don't know. But become a change maker. Not just, you know, changing things, but changing minds. That's what a true leader does. A true leader can change minds. And when you change minds, you change actions, you change results, and you change outcomes. So together, what I want us to do as a society is do better. We need to do better. We need to be better. We need to stop with the gender identifying when we're calling someone by a negative trait, what we perceive as negative traits. So if someone throws a ball well, they just throw a ball well. If someone kicks a ball well, they kick a ball well. If someone shows up, she is not a boss man, she's a boss. I'm a boss. I'm not a boss girl. I'm not a boss lady. I'm simply a boss. This is a suit I'm wearing. It's not a man suit. It's not, do they alter the men's suit for women? It's a suit, period. So again, let's stop gender identifying things and call them for what they are. And once we start to stand up for who we are and what we stand for, we're going to start to change that discrimination and that bias. So I hope that helps. Thanks again for listening. That's a wrap on another one. I don't know why I did that with my wrist. For you listeners, I'm doing a wrist roll here. Thanks for listening. Make sure you submit your questions as well as your challenges. Go to jillsinclair.com and the submit button down there, as well as follow Ms. Jill Sinclair on Instagram. Hit the subscribe button wherever you're at so you get to hear every new week. We're going to come up with some new information. A lot of it we're going to be diving into Hustler Sophisticate, the book. A lot of people have read this. You can find this on Amazon.com and .ca. So make sure you hit the subscribe button so you're notified for every new episode. And signing off for you again, stay well.